Hey coaches, welcome back. This is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How are you guys doing today? Glad to be back online here on YouTube making a new video. And today I wanted to talk about uh, high school defenses and how they can adjust to stop the power run game. I don't know how many high school games I've been to with my ball boys and other friends' boys and watching these spread out high school defense that are there to cover the air raid spread and then get shredded by a power I offense and them not adjust. Plus, there were two guys today on different forums that ask about how they could adjust a 3-5-3 or a 3-4 defense either to stop the power run or how to run against them and those defenses. So I thought that was a good opportunity to talk about this since it's been on my mind quite frequently as I watch these high school games and these spread out defenses get shred up by power run games, which I love. Hey, and before we get into this, please subscribe to the channel if you get a chance. Down below, there's a subscribe button. Hit that. It really helps my channel and supports me. And also, if you can also hit the little bell thing that comes up after you subscribe, hit that too. And all that does is send you an email and let you know I've posted a new video. I post a video about once every other week or once a week, so it won't bother you too much. But by subscribing, it really helps the channel and supports me greatly. So thank you. So let's get right into this. And if I can get it to move here. So the first question that came up today on another forum was the single wing team was running power against this 3-5-3 defense, and they put like 35 points on this youth football defense. I think it was 10U to 12U or something like that in that range. So almost a middle school kind of group of kids. And he showed several clips of this 3-5-3, and I think I've got this set up right. But I don't run a 3-5-3 that much, but it does seem to be set up right here. I'm setting in what I call my pi or power I version, which is kind of single wingish, but kind of power I there. And you can see it's a power offensive formation in, this defense, who's this youth football defense in that game. They're probably running their high school defense, and maybe he's not been a DC there very long, a defensive coordinator, and he's just not going to adjust, which happens a lot in youth football. And this single wing just shredded them. And so I've seen this with my two boys playing defense here in Texas, and I've watched other games like this. So I wanted to kind of go over this and get this off my mind, really, and kind of talk about it. So if you're a defensive coordinator and you're set on running a 3-5-3 defense, that's fine, because I run the multi 6-2-by-8 defense, and I can back up into a 4-3 or even a 3-5-3 if I want to by making those adjustments. And we have with 12-year-old teams going from power to spread, because in our youth league, the 12U teams can go from a power single wing offense like I run to an all-out air raid offense or a power spread air raid kind of offense. So we had to come in and out of that kind of stuff. And so I know how to do that, and I wanted to show you guys, if you're not familiar with doing that, uh, how you can do that as a defensive coordinator and adjust this 3-5-3 defense. I'm sure you guys know this or you've thought about it, but it needs to be done in the game, because most youth linebackers do not read keys very well or stuff holes very well. So if you've got all these linebackers and all these defensive backs back there, they're just sitting most of the time. And so we're happy to see a 3-5-3 defense on the field against us, because we know we can go 4 and 5 yards a carry and move down the field in our power offensive formations, be it the B's, power I, and even an I will chow this particular defense up, especially if their linebackers are not well trained to read keys and stuff holes, and if they're not blitzing either, so, or stunting. So there's a lot of things we can do here. So let me get a pen ready. Let's see, get that, and I'll get this highlighter. So the first thing that you can see as you come out and what I as a power offensive guy are going to attack are these bubble holes right here. Those are big, big holes right there. And you've got linebackers probably 3 yards to 4 yards off. And then you're sitting right here with these corners. If you don't have them up on the line of scrimmage, and you've got them backed up for pass and you're playing zone, or they're not even kind of here, that's just giving us great sweep opportunities all day long. Because why am I going to pass with 8 guys back? And I'm not really, my little 10-year-old, 12-year-old quarterback isn't probably going to throw that far. But I can certainly run all these flares here or bubble screens. So if I'm going to pass, I can do that. But let's talk about power. So what I'm going to do all day to this guy here is I'm just going to run here and here all day long until you decide to do something. And this is kind of what I would do if I'm the 3-5-3 defense. What I would do when I see a formation like my pie formation here, or even beast. So let me erase all that because you just saw where I'm going to be attacking you at. So what am I going to do if I come out in this 3-5-3 defense and I walk in to this team that's going to be playing this power eye or single wing kind of thing, or even beast? And I may be doing both because we run power eye, kind of pie, beast, and I have spread. So you have to be able to adjust. And so I'd have a call that say, these guys here that are sitting back there on the line. So move them up here. Get them up here so we can't run to that. So, so now you go, so it's really, you go to 5-3 real quick. And that's a very simple adjustment that helps you out a ton. The other thing is you can leave those guys back there. If we're mainly running up the middle, then you can stack these guys and then run a stack, which is awesome to shut down single wing kind of stuff. And then you can maybe move this guy up as a monster and do some things with him. And you have 7 guys blitzing up, and then you can have kind of those 4 guys back. But in youth football, I'd move these corners up into here. I wouldn't have them sitting that far back. They can kind of play underneath zone and then man up, but I wouldn't have my secondary in a youth football game in a power eye kind of formation sitting back there like that. You got to move them up and let them help you out with the run. But there's a couple of things. You can go to a 5-3 or a 3-3 stack, or move your DNs up kind of stuff. Move your corners up, or have your free safety in this 3-5-3. At least, even if you do nothing, just have that free safety that's sitting in the middle come up and play monster and just run a 3-5-2 with a monster or something, but don't let this power eye shred you. So there's what I'm thinking about the 3-5-3. So let's go on. So another one that everybody runs is this 3-4. And again, this right here is killing you because they're so far off the ball. I probably don't have a good enough throwing quarterback. That's why I'm in this power offense formation. So move those guys up to linebacker-ish, strong safety kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I would do with your D-backs. I wouldn't have them playing 10 yards off the ball so I can sweep all day long and run all day long in these holes. So once again, here's the bubble. Here's a nice huge bubble here, man. Goodness gracious. So I'm this play is set up to do this right here. So I'm chowing you all day long. There you see it, and I can run little dives off here with the quarterback, or even just straight dives off to here and have this guy go in motion or something. So it moves those linebackers. So you're just getting shredded by these huge linebacker bubbles if you're not stunting or blitzing. So that's what you need to start thinking about and adjusting if you're just letting your guys sit. So if that's the case, let's look up. I've already talked about moving your D-backs up to handle power running. So let's talk about what you can do with the other folks. So, you know, definitely move these guys up on the line. Okay. So now you're sitting in a 5-2, which is a pretty decent little defense. But you could move one of these guys down into here, move these guys out and go into a 5-3 really quick. And then that's really good. Or you could shove a guy down here, move a guy here, go into a 6-2. So very quickly you can sub or adjust into a 5-3 or a 5-2 or even a 6-2 really quick to deal with the power offense. So, I mean, real easy. Just shove this down here. This guy moves up. This guy drops. They can move over a little bit. I mean, then you can deal with it. But you don't need all of these D-backs deep, and you certainly don't need all of these linebackers 3 and 4 yards off the ball so we can just run willy-nilly at your linebackers, especially at youth level, that they're not good at reading keys and stuffing holes. You know, about 50% of them will be fairly good at it, but I'm still going to get 2 or 3 yards because they're backed off. And if I'm doing a double lead or even an ISO on them, you know, they're getting blocked and the other guy's there and they don't even know we're going and we're going. So you can't just sit like I see so many coaches do. So let's get to another popular youth football defense. Now, look, I run the 4-4 out of the 6-2 because it's so easy. I call an owl call. Well, I move this off and back. So I do that. That's like a first kind of when I see a pass where I got people that are running kind of off tackle and they're playing with this coming up in our box, and we're just going to stop them kicking out the box and we sit. So I'm pretty good with this 4-4. But if you stay in the 4-4 and you're not blitzing and doing some good stunts with the 4-4, this 4-4, if they're in a power game, really becomes a difficult thing. Because once again, you got this big thing here, you've got this big gap here, and you've got the wedge right here down the middle. So you got to be careful with that. So when they come out in this, I may move this guy up, or I may move this guy up, or I may move both. If I know they're not a passing team, I may drop this guy down, or he may become a monster. And I definitely have these guys probably sitting out, reading the tight end, maybe here, but they're not way back or backed up. So everybody's coming in tighter to play the run. Now, yes, you know, if they have a passing quarterback, and you may see this in your scouting, and you should, then find the top receiver that they always throw to and make sure that quarterback is that quarterback and that you're ready for that and you can adjust to it. But don't sit in a 4-4, not stunting, blitzing, or making adjustments on a power running team that comes out in a formation like this, because you're going to get shredded. I've seen it at the youth level, and I've seen it at the high school level, and I've seen guys at like D2 college levels do that, where the DC has decided we're going to stay in base and my guys can make tackles from 4 yards out. Well, you can't on good backs. I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen. Your guy has to be Van Der Esch super stud or Mike Singletary. Okay, if you got that guy, that one linebacker can do it. I'm running away from him and hitting your other guy that doesn't. So adjust, adjust, adjust. If you're going to sit in these pass type defenses and not stunt or blitz and just stand off and play and watch. I hate a one front defense or a one front defense that doesn't blitz or stunt or adjust. It just doesn't work. Even at the youth level, good teams will shred you. And unfortunately, I've watched my two high school sons' defensive get shredded when I and power I offenses came out. So here's another popular defense. I run this type of defense myself from the 6-2 when I go against a passing team that goes into a spread. I'll drop into a 4-3. Love this defense for a 4-3. It works out really easy because I can drop one of the linebackers and I just move these two guys back from the 6-2, and man, I'm sitting in a 4-3 really quick. But if I've got a team that I've been in this, I backed up the spread and I see them coming out in this, man, I'm going really back to the 6-2. Put a linebacker here. We come up. This guy comes up here. This guy comes up. And then we're back into the 6-2 wide tackle really quick, and even a tight tackle, and we can deal with this power I formation. But I'm not sitting back with 4 D-backs waiting on a pass and 3 linebackers going to read. Because here's a nice bubble again. Here's a nice bubble. Here's a nice bubble. Look at those little bubbles. Here's a nice little flare swing pass here. Boom, boom. There's just a whole lot of stuff you can do when you give a power offense a lot of bubbles. And what I mean by bubble, there's basically a big hole and a linebacker or no linebacker sitting there. There's a big gap for me to power through with my big power backs. And we're happy. The thing I think defensive coordinators, inexperienced guys, or guys that are just stuck on staying in these past defenses, I don't think that they understand that we have learned by running a power offense, we're happy with 3 to 4 yards. Because if we're running 3 to 4 yards every play down the field, your offense, one, is not on the field and they can't score, and it's wearing your defense's asses out. And we like that. We enjoy it. We're not getting nervous by not running 20-yard sweeps. We start laughing when you allow us to run 5, 6-hole power dives in a row for like 50 yards. We think that is great. And we will keep running it there until you adjust. If you never adjust, we were in a Super Bowl. It was an 11-year team, and we ran a 5-hole play 8 times in a row to score, and that was the single play we ran the whole drive. And only on the last play did they try to throw somebody over there, and we ISO'd it, kicked him out, and we were gone. So you can't just allow power offenses to run down the field if you're not going to adjust out of these type of defenses. They're great against passers. They're really good against the spread, but they're not really good against old-time power type offenses. And yeah, you want to look good running what the high school's running, but the high school running, they're probably not doing that well against power. So look at their record against power offenses if they've even played one recently, and see what that looks like. And you'll probably find out they got shredded. So that's my rant for today. I hope you guys kind of got what I said. You can play these cool high school defenses, but make sure you can adjust into different looking front stunts packages, adjustment packages, blitz packages, so you can deal with the power run game that you're going to see in youth football quite a bit. So that's all I got. I think I got some blank slides here, but that's all I got today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any comments, please leave those below. If you enjoyed the video, please like it below. If you don't like it, you can do what you can do also down there. Please subscribe to the channel. Helps me out a ton. Share it with your coaches. Share it with some other guys if you know some guys that would enjoy it. You can buy all my playbooks over at coachparker.org. Power Wing Beast Offense, Wildcat Multi-Spread. Got a drill book. I've got the Wolfpack 7-on-7 plays. I got the 6-2 multi-8 youth football defense. Got a bunch of stuff over there you can buy, even some t-shirts. So check those out. Help support me so I can make more free videos for you guys. Once again, this is Coach Parker with coachparker.org. Thanks for joining me today. Ciao. Remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. Bye-bye.